Boyce. I'm here with Director of Athletics, Mr. Throop.
That's me.
I have some questions I gotta do here today.
Awesome. Here we go.
We are heading into the winter season of sports. Tell me what sports you're looking forward to.
Well, we've got our two basketball teams, the boys and girls, and we've got our wrestling team, competitive cheer team, and our bowling team. And we're looking for pretty good things out of each one of them. I know our girls are, kind of reloading from a season last year, and they're still going to be pretty good and be one of the favorites in the conference. And the boys will be right up there toward the top as well. And those are the two high exposure sport teams that we have in the wintertime. But the other teams too are going to be pretty strong, we think. So it should be a fun winter around here.
Mr. Throop, if you're planning to be a student at GLHS High School, what grades have to be?
Well, we have academic standards here a little bit higher than what the state requires us to do. But we don't have any specific grade point average. But if a student is failing a class at the end of a semester, then they're going to be ineligible for a week for the next semester. If they fail 2 classes at the end of a marking period, one of the trimesters, then they're ineligible for the entire next trimester. So they've got to stay away from those failing grades. And then every week, what we do here is we send out a list to all of our coaches of all the students who have D pluses, D, D minus, and the E's in their classes at that time. So every week, those coaches can remind those kids that are on that list, let's pick the slack up a little bit and let's get moving in the classroom. And that's worked out very well. And the amount of E's that we have of failing grades at the end of a trimester has been very, very low because our coaches have kind of reminded them about things. So that's kind of how it works for the academic portion of things.
Okay. What are some of our best records you can recall during our winter season?
Oh, our best records. Well, we've had a couple of our boys basketball teams make it to the state semifinals that are held up in East Lansing and Michigan State. Those were really big highlights. Last year, our bowling team was ranked #1 in the state for most of the year and made it to the state finals. And that was a pretty good year for them. Our cheer team has been to the state finals several times and finished in the top 5 of teams in the state. Wrestling, we've had several state qualifiers come from here. And so we've had, our teams have done pretty well, and our girls basketball team has made it to the quarterfinals a few times as well. And so we've really had some really fun things happen here. And as a matter of fact, I used to be the basketball coach here. And one of the things I remember is one of my highlights is one of my players who has the school scoring record. And I remember that night that he broke that school scoring record, and it was a lot of fun. And so those are kind of some of the highlights we've had around here.
Impressive, I'd say. Mr. Throop, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a few personal questions.
Sure.
What are some of your favorite sports that you personally like to play?
Well, I'm kind of an old man now, so I don't get to play some of the things like I used to do, but I always loved playing basketball. That was fun. And when I was a kid in high school, I played basketball and football and baseball and ran track and played on the golf team. In fact, a little hidden secret here is that I was the most valuable player on our school's golf team. And so I enjoy still playing a lot of golf. That's a fun thing for me to do. It's one of those lifetime sports, and it's just kind of fun for me to do.
Yeah. I heard that you played basketball for the University of Western Michigan. What position did you play?
A long time ago. But I played in the post, and I also played the power forward at Western. And that was a great experience. Had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, very tall for a person.
Yeah, being 6'10" like I am, it helps when you're on the court.
Yeah. What was your team's record?
The best team that I was on was when I was a sophomore, and we finished 25-3, and were ranked as high as number 6 in the country. That's Division I. That's with all the big guys, and we wound up finishing 10th in the nation. Made it to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. Got beat by Notre Dame down at Notre Dame, and then we got beat by Marquette in the tournament down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And so that was a real fun year. We had a lot of fun with the guys, and obviously it was a good record. And I still keep in touch with probably 10 of those guys on a weekly basis. So it was a really solid team in terms of the camaraderie with that.
What were some of your team's accomplishments?
Well, I think, that year there was when we had the most, when we got to the tournament and we won the Mid-American Conference title, and it's still considered the best team in Western Michigan University history. And, it's also considered the best or one of the best teams that's ever come out of the Mid-American Conference as well. So those are some pretty nice accomplishments, and it was a real joy and a pleasure for me to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. As this interview comes too close to the end, would you like to add any more questions?
When you talk about all the past stuff that's gone on, that's all kind of fine and dandy and fun to talk about and remember. But, my time here at Gull Lake has been extremely fun. I've been here, I think, 25 years now. And, to be around kids and being able to watch them perform and just kind of be a part of the action like that, that's a real enjoyment for me still. I still enjoy that environment. So that's about it. That's kind of a fun stuff for me to do.
Thank you very much, Mr. Throop, for your time.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Stop in anytime. Door's always open, like it is for any kid.
And thank you for watching. I'm here with Mr. Throop, and good night, everybody.